All right, welcome back, and let's continue this discussion on the headers farmers crisis that we're experiencing, especially in Benue State. I'm now being joined on the program from Abuja by Patrick Agwambu, who is a security consultant. Mr. Agwambu, thank you very much for joining us on the program. Let me start by asking you what you make of these headers farmers crisis that we have in Benue State. And you look at the way it's taking a new dimension now. Just not quite long ago, this story came out that some people, some Fulani people were actually attacked, not headers. They were attacked at a bus station and, of course, killed.
Yeah, it's a sad situation that we're experiencing, where there is a suspicion and where any Fulani man can be attacked as maybe as a form of reprisal. Is not encouraging. It's something that demands drastic action by government to stop it, because it could lead to a more serious security situation in the country. It may even lead to civil war, or may lead to total breakdown of law and order. It means that even the Fulani man may start attacking any other person he sees that does not agree with it. So I think it's something that demands, is condemnable and demands serious action from the government.
From your own observation, what would you say is responsible for these escalations, so to speak, that we've seen in recent times in Benue State?
Yeah, DEJI, the truth of the matter is that in the recent crisis that's happening in Benue State, we have in very good authority, I can tell you that the situation is not the headers farmers clash. This is purely a militia situation that is happening. It's sad commentary, but that is the reality. The reality is that someone who is a citizen, who is a native of Benue, has decided to kill his people for reasons that is known to him. You remember that the law enforcement agencies, particularly the police, declared one Ghana wanted. Ghana has made a vow that he's going to make the state ungovernable for the governor, and indeed he's trying to carry out that. I can tell you authoritatively that more than 70% of the killings or the actions that is happening recently in Benue State are being carried out by Ghana and those who are related to him one way or the other. If you go back, you find that Ghana was a wanted man before the advent of this present government. And this government declared, some have said that he supported, he helped this government to come to power. And this government in Benue declared amnesty and asked those who want to accept amnesty should come up. Ghana came with his team and handed over some weapons, and that he has embraced amnesty. And in reaction to that, the state government made him chairman of a revenue agency in 3 local governments, and so there was money. But unfortunately, he did not carry along some of his foot soldiers who were in the struggle, or so to say, with him earlier, and these boys started creating problems. It's also on record that when the problem started in Benue, that the then chief security officer to the governor tried to caution Ghana by telling him, look, some of your boys are creating problems and they are complaining that you are not taking care of them. What should be done? But Ghana just waved it aside, and these boys continued. Government, in reaction, removed Ghana from being the chairman of the revenue generating organ, and that was the beginning of mayhem in Benue State. One of his first actions was the total destruction that took place at Zakimbiam, where the markets and the communities were sacked, where people were killed, and as a way of attack, fighting the government. And we know that he had decided that until his rights, so to say, which is getting back as the chairman of that revenue body, until that is restored, he will not allow the state to witness peace. So that is the situation. But this, I'm sure that the government agency, the government, even the police, they know about it. All the security agencies in Nigeria knows about this story, know about this situation. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria knew about this because there was a time where somebody who is linked to the governor was found with some arms, and he was arrested, and reports were made. We're also aware that then the then acting president did requested to see the governor of the Benue state, and the discussions were held. And so many. You also remember that this same Ghana killed the chief security officer to the governor, and 2 other persons were eventually killed later on as part of his making a statement of competence to kill and create mayhem for the state.
What you're saying now is quite surprising because the state governor, for instance, keeps saying that it's actually headers that are responsible for the recent killings and the crisis in that state. For instance, saying that they're doing some of this because they're basically against, like for instance, their association, that's the Miyetti Allah group, is against the anti-grazing law that the state enacted not quite long ago.
Yeah, I think that is being economical with the truth. The governor, the government of the state should let the people know that there is a problem between the state government and a man who embraced amnesty and who has decided to make the state ungovernable. That is the reality. That is what we expect that the government, and so that situation can be handled properly. Yes, the anti-grazing law, like I've told some people in some fora, is a welcome situation. It's a welcome law, but there was need for time to sensitize people. There was need to be able to do proper analysis, SWOT analysis of that law before you start implementation. And so the governor should be able to come out and tell the people of the state what the true situation is, than taking an escapist way by just saying it's hiders that are killing, accusing the neighboring state of Nasarawa state of harboring Fulani people that are coming to attack his state. That is not the truth. The truth which the governor knows, and which the security agencies, they also know the truth. And so that is a true situation.
So why do you think the government and the security agencies will be very reluctant to confront this truth that you're talking about?
Political reasons. Political reasons. I had said it several times again, and I repeat it here, that we should, in this country, Nigeria, we should not look for political solution to security issues. Security issues should be treated in a security manner, a security way, and with dispatch, not trying to massage situations for any reason. A situation, because if it's not well properly managed, could degenerate to a greater dimension that we may likely witness if this continue. If Ghana and his other splitter groups, his people that are the counterforce against him, are not brought to book, then we may have a bigger situation. Not too long, we are all witnesses of how Boko Haram started up, and how they grew to become a major problem in this country. I just wish that the government of today should be able to develop that political power to handle security issue in a security manner, and not use looking for political solution. We know that currently, as we speak, Ghana is on hiding. He has a camp. From information, is camped at the border between Benue and Taraba, and some of the splitter groups, some of his people too, who are against him, who who are said to be supporting the governor, are also around there. So they are creating a force and counter force and making the state and the neighboring state ungovernable. I think the federal government must react immediately and tell Nigerians the true situation of what is happening in Benue State.
I mean, what you're saying now, it will come as a surprise to quite a lot of people. You know, of course, there's no question at all that Ghana has been declared wanted. No question, too, that the authorities have blamed him for the killings we saw in Zakibem, I think sometime last year or so. But it's just shocking that he would be causing this kind of crisis. I mean, stoking this kind of violence. You know, basically pitching people against themselves. What would he gain from that?
I like the question. What would he gain from that? A man who he feel aggrieved. He feel that he was given a position which I think him accepting, embracing amnesty is a compensation in stopping his killings in the past, and decided to follow the path of law by embracing amnesty. And so he was made the chairman of a board, revenue generating board, and now suddenly it was taken away from him. He wants it back, and that is what I think he will gain. Some people like that who are bloodthirsty do not mind where or how the money or the riches they seek, how it comes. So we have histories of stories of people who don't care, just so long as their own vision or their own ideology or their own dream is realized or materialized. That was what we talk about. What somebody asked, maybe you asked, what would Abubakar Shakau gain from the numerous killings that is taking place in the Northeast? It's the same issue. We have some of these people who, for no good reason, decide to create mayhem in the society. The Don Wani case in Rivers State, where people who are just coming back from church service were killed. What would he gain from doing that? He's saying about he's retaliating that his mother was arrested and his home was breaking into, and so that's why he must kill innocent people. I think governments must take action. I have also said that the same speed and the tactics that government use to get Don Wani, the mastermind of the killings in Omoko in Rivers State, should be taken so that Ghana will be arrested and stop from creating more havoc in the society.
And one other question I have to ask you is, I mean, could it be that what you are saying is the reason why up till this very moment we've not gotten a definitive answer, so to speak, or explanation from the government as to what could be responsible for this crisis in Benue State? Because at some point we heard the DSS saying that Islamic State in West Africa has actually infiltrated that state. At some point, there were suggestions that some foreigners had actually come into the country and they were the ones actually causing the problem. So there's been no definitive explanation. And not just quite long ago, a few days ago, the Minister of Defense also came and said it was as a result of the blockage of grazing routes and what have you. Could it be that's the reason why we're not getting a definitive answer or explanation now from the government?
And you also remember, let me add to that, could it be that is the reason why after a meeting with Mr. President, the Inspector General of Police came to say that what happened in Benue State is a communal clash? Really, I think speaking with different tongues and giving different reasons for what is begging the issue. I feel that the Nigerians deserve to know the truth so that the solution can be found. I think the government have not really done well in this regard, informing the people the truth. Yes, in security, sometimes you may not disclose the true situation, but the issue is that achieve result. Nigerians do not know how you are going to do it or who is causing this killing. Nigerians care about stop the killing and bring those who are causing the killing to justice. And that is the situation. Various reasons are being given. These are just excuses as far as I'm concerned. I feel that government should face the reality. If the Ghana was an ally of the governor and they fell out and for some reasons, now, and he must be bold enough to come and say, look, he's sorry with this situation, but people, this is the thing. Let people join him to arrest this Ghana. He said that some of the communities where he's harboring, where he's hiding, he's very, very flamboyant. He's very, very generous to them. So some of the communities are harboring and protecting him. That is the information we are getting. I think those people must also sit up and do the right thing. They should not continue to harbor criminals and cover it up, because tomorrow it could be them that could become victims. So there's, to answer your question directly, that is the reason why there seems to be different reasons given for the same issues by the government.
How do you think this issue of the killing of those Fulani men now, because if it's not properly handled and well handled, so to speak, it could degenerate into something worse. How do you think the government should handle it, including the government of Benue State, indeed?
One thing that the governments have not done, subsequent governments in this country, and this current government is also making that same mistake. It's not properly engaging the people. They are not properly communicating with the people. And this creates a lot of mistrust, and it generates to security challenges, security problems that we're having. I expect that as soon as this issue of accusation, Fulani herdsmen or no Fulani herdsmen and killing people, you definitely, for a good analysis, a government team must be able to know that it will come to a point where there will be apathy, or where there will be development of hatred among some people, some tribes against another tribe that is being accused. They are supposed to go in and develop a system of trying to dissuade or tell them, look, if a Fulani man did kill somebody, a thief man or an Igbo man or an Hausa man, does not mean that the whole Fulani people is conspired to kill such man. That person who committed that crime must be held responsible for his actions. Government should be able to engage these people in this form. They should not fold their hands and allow people to be stigmatized. That is the situation, because it comes to a point where another tribe hates the other tribe to the point of killing. Let us not forget that this has happened in some countries in Africa. The Hutus and the Tutsis issue in Rwanda caused a big genocide. We know that even the same in Liberia and Sierra Leone. We also had our own fair share here in Nigeria during the Civil War, where every Hausa man or Igbo man sees an Hausa man as his enemy. We should not allow that to happen again. We should be able to government should be able to help to sensitize people to know that as far as we remain as one country for now, or as God has brought us together, that we must live in one another. If an Hausa man or an Igbo man commits a crime, let it be treated that it's him as a person, as a Mecca or as Suleiman or as Patrick that committed that crime, not his tribe or his family or his community.
I can't but agree with you. I mean, you're absolutely right. And I think the media too is not helping matters, because, I mean, the media always reporting, saying Fulani herdsmen. I mean, you could have herdsmen who are actually not Fulani as well. So, I mean, anytime there's an attack, the first thing you hear the media report is Fulani herdsmen have attacked here. I mean, without bothering to actually investigate if those attacks were actually carried out by herders. This whole idea of stereotyping, of course, doesn't help anyone.
That is very true. I will tell you, there is a community in Abia State called Lokponta. Lokponta is a community where you have a lot of cattle and a lot of cattle trade and business going on. You go there, you see some Igbo people, young men of Igbo stock that are rearing cattle, that are breeding cattle, and doing cattle business. These are not Fulanis or Hausa men. So it's not everybody, it may not be true to say that everybody you see that in the business or in that business is a Fulani man. So we should be able to call a spade and treat it as it is. The mistake that was made and which made the handling of Boko Haram issue wrong was that yes, it's them that they are killing themselves and all that, so the other part of the country should feel unconcerned until it became a bigger issue. We should not allow this to continue. They should check it. The media have very big role to play in this. I'm happy that your organization is spearheading this. The stigmatization of any tribe should not be encouraged, should not be carried out. The media has a big role to play.
Well, thank you very much, Patrick Agwambu, for joining us on the program. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. All right, that's it on the program. If you want to watch it again, it's simple. Just go to our website, tv360nigeria.com. You'll find this program and lots more there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TV360Nigeria. Do subscribe to get the latest news and updates. And, of course, other programs that we have done. You can join us on Google+. It's at TV360Nigeria. Or like us on Facebook. The address is facebook.com/TV360online. You can as well follow us on Twitter. It's at TV360 Nigeria. Well, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.